and I don't fear. So we're very happy to work with industries that know what they're doing, that they have ambitious yet not totally unrealistic plans, and also specifically those develop niches that are important to go towards the next step. So don't put all the eggs in the basket, because otherwise that I think it would be very dangerous.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I think to me personally, there is this issue that there are people that have some ideas, and okay, they maybe taken a higher or more aggressive way or with a higher risk, but they are understood and they can explain it. And they publish scientific papers you can read, etc. And there are others which everything is very nebulous, very unclear, etc. And to me, frankly, if I understand that there is the issue of the IP, that you don't want to give the details, but if you are not very able to explain in a, let's say, scientific or technical way what is the basis of your design, to me I remain a skeptic, because I cannot check what is the logic. I can read the papers of Spark, I read them, I think some things are very aggressive, or they are not, but I can actually read and reproduce the calculations, and I have my own opinion, but there are others I cannot read, and therefore I don't know why these people think they are going to get a fusion at this level from that type of experiment, but I have no idea.
But for any fusion concept, there's an awful lot of non-proprietary challenges
Exactly.
that they need to solve. The proprietary is only a proportion, perhaps even a small proportion.
Yeah, but this is my point, that there are some people that hiding behind this. I think to me, they hide the things that either it is so innovative that nobody has thought of this, or that actually they don't have a basis for what they are saying. And that's the problem.
Okay. All right, Amelia, thank you for waiting.
So I'm Amelia Solano, and some of us have put together a petition to keep JET going. JET is the tokamak, the only tokamak capable of doing DT fusion. It's still intact. It's in the UK, and it has no funding, and therefore its operation has terminated. So I wanted to ask the panel members if they value the expertise and the knowledge of all the scientists, the technicians, the engineers that made that happen, that made the fusion records that we're so proud of happen. And do you value it enough to invest in it? Because everybody's talking about the pipeline of young people coming in, but we need to maintain the knowledge pipeline. And that can only be maintained if you keep working on it. And if you don't have JET, you cannot keep working on it.
And who did you want to answer that? Who? Who would like to take
Whoever
that?
is willing to invest.
Are you ready to invest, Brandon? Who would like to take that question? Oh, there's not much enthusiasm. Come on, guys. Please, Enrique.
No, I was gonna say that's thank you for that. I think it's not really a question you're asking. I think it's a statement. I think you're right. We have to take care of that. I think we need to focus on, we need to start thinking about fusion, not just like the technological part, which we all love, and it's a lot of fun, but as a holistic thing that has channels of communication, of talent. Like everything we're saying right now, it's really important. It's all part of the map, and we haven't invested enough time and money on thinking about that. How do we keep talent? How we exchange knowledge? This is key as well. And we need to start thinking about that, because the ecosystem, like I said before, it's there now. Before you could, play around with it, and ITER was the spearheading the whole thing. It was a kind of experiment. Now it's for real, and we need to start thinking about this. I'm happy you're bringing this forums, other things that are not related only to the technological part, which I love. To be honest with you, it's a toy to me, because I love technology. But we need to start thinking about the more uncomfortable questions that have to do with collaboration, with communication, with all that. The human factor I was telling you about.
It's very siloed at the moment, right?
Exactly.
The opportunity for collaboration is very limited.
It's all in the pack, I think. Thank you for that. I just want to say that. I don't have the answer for you. I'm sorry. I wish I would.
Does anybody else want to comment on this? Do you have a microphone? Yeah, sure.
So if anybody's interested, I think it would be very healthy to have an open scientific debate about the things you could do in the machine that already exists, and whether it's worth to keep it going.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Yeah. Okay.
Richard, we have 2 in the audience and 1 online. So
I have 3 in the
something-
audience or 4 in the audience, but,
4, all right.
but let's take this gentleman here.
Thank you.
And then we should get to the online in a minute, but there was one there and there was one at the back.
So Rich Kembleton from Gauss Fusion, and picking up the point earlier about credibility and timescales, I think we can all try and innovate as fast as we want, but there are some key irreducibles we can't avoid, and that's the need for maybe thousands of tons of reduced activation steel, for enriched lithium, lithium-6, and those are production lines which will be expensive and take a long time to come online, and those timescales have to match with the timescales of the private companies as much as anyone else. I was wondering if the panel had any views on how we can try and match the scale up of those sorts of supply chains along with the development timescales for everyone.